for the last many years, it seems like we've been going through up and down cycles where a good portion of it is a down portion or a recession. So a question you might ask yourself, and you should ask yourself, are there lessons we can learn as a result of this? Should we change? So it's been pretty painful. Time magazine called it the decade from hell. If you assume that the world's going to be at least as bad in the next 10 years, you should prepare for it. First thing you need to do is, instead of a flat line, you have up and down. And up and down means instead of a single solution, you need a range of solutions. Instead of a single, we'll do this strategy, you need a range in that strategy. So if a turnover rate is 2%, we'll act this way. If a turnover rate is 8%, we'll act this way. A range of solution is provided. So you're ready for a non-predictable, non-straight line growth. You do if-then scenarios, so one of the best things you want to do is sit down with your managers and say, well, if this happens, then what will you do? And if you make a list of all the potential problems, all the potential opportunities, and you have people mentally go through those, you'll find that they're much better prepared. It's better to be prepared than surprised, but if they have an if-then scenario, even if it's a one-page outline of a plan, they know what to do. They see the symptoms or the warning signs, so we call them smoke detectors. If you look at a room, there's smoke detectors. So what if long before you laid off people, you realized that a competitor laid off people, that you were the third or fourth organization to do layoff? Well, a smoke detector would be, well, 2 of our competitors have laid off, maybe we should too. Or our competitors start rehiring, maybe in 2 months we should too. So smoke detectors or warning signs would be something. Contingent workforce, boy, if anything we should learn is that, boy, we need more workers and less workers. We need to go up and down. It's hard to fire people. It's painful to lay off people. So contingent workers give you that flexibility around the world. It's the best solution. So maybe as much as 50% of our workers should be contingent. You could also say that technology has grown, so we've learned that technology can take over the jobs of people, and that should be on our agenda as something we've learned. We certainly want to prioritize different areas, so we've learned that not everything is equal. When we've laid off people, we have prioritized, so let's prioritize the return. Which jobs are most important, which HR functions are most important, and I know those are tough decisions, but if you said, look, we can only hire in one job, you should know that answer, and good HR people know that answer. So when you go to a CEO or CFO and say, you're only going to hire in one job, which would have the highest impact? Well, if this is a football team, you'd know quarterback. Well, you need to know which job you should start ramping up on. The best practices in who've learned from the recession have to start with Apple. They've made a tremendous amount of money. Their stock's gone through the roof. Netflix the same way. They have prospered during the recession. So they've used some of these tools. They've focused on innovation. They've built their product. And the answer is that if you expand the size of the pie, you don't have to lay off, you don't have to cut back. Google has also done amazing things, come up with new products, and my new favorite company is Zappos. They're kind of crazy, but they figured a way to make selling shoes, the boringest job on the planet, exciting.